In the eternal darkness of the cave, a gigantic predator is patiently lying in ambush. Its massive body, like the trunk of an ancient tree, glides silently, its scales blending with the color of the stone, completely masking its killing intent. It lets itself sink into the still water, coiling beneath the layer of mud at the bottom to conceal its true form. Only 2 nostrils and a pair of eyes protrude above the surface, quietly observing and waiting for prey to enter the death zone. Every sign of life is swallowed by the pitch, black water, turning it into an invisible trap. The flickering firelight heralds the arrival of a group of primitive humans searching for a path forward. They cautiously wade into the cold water, feeling their way with each step to avoid the sharp rocks. As the leader approaches the submerged rock in the middle of the stream, he suddenly senses something unusual. A strange pressure of water pulses against his leg, not from a natural current, but from the breathing rhythm of a living creature. His survival instincts flare instantly. He signals an urgent halt. The entire group freezes, tensing up before the danger that has yet to reveal itself. The water's surface erupts as the colossal beast rises. But the humans have already turned to stone. They remain utterly motionless, holding their chests tight to control their breathing, producing no sound at all. The predator relies on heat and movement to strike. But the cold water conceals the humans' body heat, and their stillness renders them invisible to it. Finding no sign of life, the creature slithers through the gap between their trembling legs, treating them like lifeless rocks before disappearing back into the darkness. The only escape route leading to the light is completely obstructed by a massive wall of flesh. The predator coils its body, filling the gap between 2 rock walls, forming an impassable barrier. Its thick scales are as hard as stone, rendering any attempt to attack with strength or primitive weapons utterly hopeless. The group is forced to stop, pressing themselves against the rock wall, confronted with a survival challenge, as the enemy fully occupies their path to life. In this desperate situation, human intelligence begins to prevail where brute force cannot. A quick, witted member wraps a piece of rotting wood with an animal hide soaked in human sweat. They craft a decoy, using the familiar scent to fool the predator's keen sense of smell. The strongest man grips the disguised piece of wood tightly, gathering all his strength into his arm as he carefully calculates the throwing direction toward the farthest side of the cave wall. Their goal is not to attack, but to create a distraction, opening a narrow path to survival. The log shoots through the air, crashing hard against the rock wall, producing a loud noise and releasing the scent of prey into the air. Stimulated by both sound and smell, the beast's hunting instincts ignite instantly. It lunges forward, coiling its body tightly around the lifeless log, mistaking it for food. Seizing the moment while the enemy is occupied with the decoy, the group musters all their strength and sprints through the newly opened gap. Their intelligence and ability to use tools allow them to manipulate the actions of a stronger foe, escaping danger by the narrowest margin. An injured member is hanging precariously from a stalactite, his blood dripping into the water below, awakening the predator lurking beneath. The scent of blood and his burning body heat appear vividly in the monster's senses, marking him as the most tempting target. The enemy stretches upward, gradually closing the distance. If the wounded man cries for help now, his position will be fully exposed, guaranteeing his death. To save his comrade without sacrificing him, a young member observes the surroundings and discovers a solution from the cave itself. He directs a howl toward a concave, curved rock surface, using its shape to bend the path of the sound. The sound does not scatter aimlessly, but instead converges and shoots toward the opposite side of the cavern. The echo strikes the far rock wall, transforming and booming as if a crowd were moving in another direction, creating a perfect false signal. The chaotic echo reverberating from afar deceives the predator's hearing. Faced with two signals, a motionless prey and a loud noise suggesting either a threat or a larger meal, its aggressive instincts drive it to change targets. The creature ignores the man hanging above and rushes toward the darkness where the echo originated. Immediately, the group helps the injured member down and retreats safely in the opposite direction, triumphing through their understanding of nature's acoustics. The struggle for survival turns brutal as the leader of the group is constricted by the monster. The reptile's muscular strength is slowly crushing his lungs, blocking the flow of blood. Punches and stone strikes from his companions are completely useless against the thick armor, like scales. Despair spreads as brute force proves incapable of freeing the victim. And death becomes a matter of dwindling breaths. Instead of rushing in for futile attacks, the remaining people quickly look for help from the surrounding environment. They discover a large rock precariously positioned above and decide to use a long wooden trunk as a tool. By bracing the trunk against the rock wall as a fulcrum, they create a force far beyond human capability. The entire group hangs their weight onto the trunk, using their combined mass to pry the massive rock from its fixed position. The rock drops freely from above, delivering a devastating blow to the creature's sensitive tail. The intense pain triggers an immediate nervous reaction. Forcing the constricting muscles to loosen by natural reflex. The victim seizes the precious moment and rolls out of the deadly grip. The predator writhes in agony, unable to continue the chase, allowing the group to escape together, proving that ingenuity can overcome brute strength. The path to survival ends before a slippery, vertical cliff wall, forcing the group into a hopeless corner. Behind them, the frenzied predator lunges forward, attacking the leader who remains at the rear as a shield. The confined space, If the entire group rushed in to save him, they would all be slaughtered in the chaos. Doom becomes evident as they have nowhere left to flee. In the moment between life and death, the leader makes a bold decision. Instead of struggling, he signals the group to stay still and deliberately wraps his arms tightly around the predator's head. This triggers the python's instinctive constriction response, causing it to focus its entire body strength on coiling tightly around him. When concentrating all its force on one fixed target, the creature's muscles become rigid and immobile, turning it into a solid statue-like mass unable to strike at anyone else. The leader's sacrifice creates a precious dead interval. The monster's body, now stiff as stone, forms an unmoving barricade. Seizing this one, an only opportunity, each member of the group swallows their fear and slips through the narrow gap between the predator and the cliff wall. Though the beast sees them, it cannot uncoil its rigid body to attack. The entire group escapes, leaving behind the leader who has become one with the enemy, trading his life to create a path of survival for the whole. On the dry, rocky ground, internal conflict erupts as fear overwhelms reason. The strongest member of the group uses his physical power to intimidate the others, gripping a sharp stone in his hand. He seeks to assert dominance through violence, causing the rest to shrink back in terror. Tension fills the air, where brute strength and aggression momentarily hold control. The flowing water brings an unexpected object, a sleek, dark wooden stick. While the large man moves slowly and clumsily, a quick and agile man anticipates the current's direction and positions himself to claim it. The confrontation shifts into a standoff, one holding a deadly stone, the other holding a harmless wooden stick. Yet instead of using the stick to retaliate, the man remains remarkably calm in the face of the other's hostility. Ignoring the meaningless struggle, the man firmly plants the stick into the ground under the sunlight. The sunlight casts a long shadow from the stick, pointing directly toward the exit. The act awakens the entire group. Instead of fighting each other, they must find a way out. The power of intelligence overcomes violence. The stone wielder loosens his grip and drops his weapon. And the entire group quietly follows the new guide. The one who knows how to use tools to find direction in the darkness.